Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk about a topic that is often easier said than done. Something that challenges us deeply, yet holds the key to true freedom and peace in our lives. I'm talking about forgiveness. Forgiveness is one of the most powerful acts we can engage in, yet it is also one of the most difficult. When someone wrongs us, whether it's through betrayal, deceit, or any other form of harm, our natural reaction is to hold on to that hurt. We carry the weight of resentment, anger, and bitterness in our hearts, believing that by holding on, we somehow have power over the situation. But the truth is, the only person who is truly affected by our unforgiveness is ourselves. Jesus, in his infinite wisdom, knew the importance of forgiveness. In the Gospel of Matthew, he teaches us to pray, "Forgive us our debts, as we also have forgiven our debtors." Matthew 6:12. Notice that he places our forgiveness from God directly in line with our willingness to forgive others. This isn't because God's love is conditional. It's because our ability to experience his love fully is often blocked by the walls we build around our hearts when we hold on to grudges. Forgiveness is not about condoning the wrong that has been done to us. It's not about pretending that the hurt didn't happen. Forgiveness is about freeing ourselves from the chains of anger and bitterness that bind us. It's about releasing the burden of resentment that weighs us down and prevents us from living in the fullness of God's love and grace. When we choose to forgive, we are choosing to embrace God's love in its entirety. We are choosing to believe that his justice is greater than our own, and that his healing is more powerful than our pain. We are choosing to let go of our need for revenge and allow God to work in our hearts and in the lives of those who have wronged us. But how do we do this? How do we forgive when the pain is so deep? The first step is to recognize that forgiveness is not a feeling. It's a decision. It's a choice we make, often daily, to surrender our hurt to God and trust him to heal our wounds. It's a choice to pray for those who have hurt us, even when we don't feel like it, asking God to bless them and work in their lives. In Ephesians 4:31-32, we are instructed, "Let all bitterness and wrath and anger and clamor and slander be put away from you, along with all malice. Be kind to one another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, as God in Christ forgave you." This is a call to action, to let go of the negative emotions that hold us captive, and extend the same grace to others that we have received from God. It's important to remember that forgiveness doesn't mean we forget what happened, or that we allow ourselves to be mistreated. It doesn't mean we ignore the need for justice or boundaries. Forgiveness is about releasing the power that the offense has over us, and allowing God to bring about the healing and restoration that only he can provide. When we forgive, we open the door for God's peace to flood our hearts. We allow his love to fill the places where hurt ones reside. We experience the freedom that comes from letting go of the past and stepping into the future that God has for us. In Colossians 3:13, we are reminded, "Bear with each other and forgive one another. If any of you has a grievance against someone, forgive as the Lord forgave you." The more we practice forgiveness, the more we experience the fullness of life that God desires for us. In conclusion, I want to leave you with a powerful truth. Forgiveness is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of strength. It takes courage to forgive. It takes faith to trust that God's love is enough to heal even the deepest wounds. But when we choose to forgive, we not only set ourselves free, we also reflect the heart of God to a world in desperate need of his grace. So today, I challenge you to examine your heart. Is there someone you need to forgive? Is there a burden of resentment you need to lay down at the feet of Jesus? If so, I encourage you to take that step. Embrace God's love, let go of the hurt, and walk in the freedom that forgiveness brings. Thank you, and may God bless you as you walk this journey of forgiveness.